Welcome back, boys. Week 7 recap coming at you. Some people are calling it the worst weekend of football of all time, but I don't quite think so, but that's probably because we got the win. So let's get into it. First matchup, we got Pams putting up a hot 173. They get their second straight Kiffin Award, taking down Francy Feast as they suffer their third straight loss.
This is a very impressive win for the Pams as they were going without their two stud running backs in Zeke Elliott and Delvin Cook. But big waiver wire pickup of the week, Dearness Johnson absolutely just ran rampant on the Denver Broncos defense on Thursday Night Football. He scored a nice 27.3 points, which kind of helped balance out the big 69 coin bid and A.J. Dillon, who did not have his greatest game, scoring negative 1.7. But that really didn't matter here for the Pams. They were able to pick up the slack and some other places. He had a huge game from Cooper Kupp as he continues to be a vacuum for Matthew Stafford targets out there in LA as he gets a cool 38.1 points. Fun fact, that's more points than Lemp scored all of the final week of the regular season last year. And Mike Gesicki, another big-time filler here for Lemp as George Kittle's been dealing with a little bit of an injury as he comes through with a nice 20 points for Lemp. Also, final shout out for the week, 30 points from the Tampa Bay defense. Anytime you can get north of 20 points from your defense, stellar week. So all those combined really help push the Pams to 170 points here, even with some of their studs being out on bye week.
That 38 had to send some PTSD through the front office, didn't it?
Some slight, probably.
All right. On the flip side here, Francy Feast, they suffer their third straight loss after their hot 4-0 start. Two big leaders on this team, Murray and Henry, they both had solid performances, but nothing to really blow the doors off. After that, Mike Evans also had a good day, 31 points against the Bears. Nick just pointed out Tampa's defense just the Bears. I mean, it's the Bears. Is it really that impressive? I don't know, but still 31 points. He also had a nice little double 4.2 from Randall Cobb and Harrison Butker, which is funny, but not going to help you win. And yeah, a lot of people starting to question if maybe this front office has become a little too quiet. They're known to sit back and let things play out, but they've also suffered a lot of injuries and have made little effort to replace them. Their first two transactions on the season were this week. Both were one-day contracts. So maybe it's time to open up the pocketbooks over at Francy Feast.
Start spending over there.
Yeah, might have to. Second game. We got Texas size 10-4s coming in, taking care of business, defeating now 0-7 FaZe Kev. See how this one happened. First off, Stafford had a great day despite Motor City Dan Campbell's best efforts to keep the ball out of his hands. I mean, every time you look up, there's some sort of trick play on special teams happening. He still played a great game, got a nice 33. After that is a lot of solid, not great performances. Julio was our lowest at 6.3, which is not terrible for your lowest. And we didn't really have anyone else in single digits. And then we had a big day from our defense. New England taking on the Jets, of course. Bill Belichick for the Jets. You just know there's going to be a defensive ass whooping. And yeah, we did just enough to get ourselves in the top 5 in scoring, which would be enough for the week. We'll hope this momentum keeps going, and we're just happy that we didn't break Kevin's curse.
Yeah, flipping over to Kevin here. First time in league history that we have seen a double-digit losing streak if we date back to last year. So he's gonna have to get off the schneid here one week or another, but that's not one of the record books. You don't want to be a record holder for longest losing streak in league history. It's not something you really want attached to your name.
No.
For the team here, Mike Davis, 1.5 points. That's just not going to cut it from a running back. He really hasn't been utilized the way that a lot of people were expecting him to be down there in Hotlanta. Calvin Ridley, keeping the Hotlanta theme, got a touchdown like right away and was looking like he was going to have a a bounce back day from Calvin Ridley standards and really just couldn't get it going after that early score. Michael Pittman did play very well for them. But when you're only having like one of your players, aside from your quarterback, getting 20 points, having a lot of other single digits, it's just not going to cut it. But luckily here for Kev, he does have a chance to have a toilet bowl rematch and try to break the curse next week. He goes up against Blake next week. This is the week he needs to try to break this curse. He's been on too big of a skid here. He needs to right the ship.
That also marks back-to-back lump awards for FaZe Kev. So, yeah, they definitely need to right the ship.
I didn't even know that was back-to-back for them. Yeah, no, that's bad too. Jesus.
Back-to-back.
It's just like, I feel like we're just rubbing salt in the wound like every time we come on here and talk about it. I feel bad sometimes, man. Dude, some luck's got to change for them, man. Hopefully it starts for them next week. They got to break this curse that started with them last year in the toilet bowl.
Agreed. All right. Third game, we had the GOAT KD coming in hot from the honeymoon, securing the win over Cleas Mafia. Let's see how this one happened. First off, big day from both Aaron Rodgers and the Packers defense for the GOAT KD. Neither of them looking washed in my book this week. They just great day for them overall. A little bit of struggle in the tight end flex spot, only getting 3 out of both of those. But they sat going into Monday night. They needed a 30 bomb from Kamara to get the win. And Kamara would deliver, somehow doing it in a 13-10 game. I didn't even know you could do that. But he gets 32, and that would be just enough for the GOAT KD to squeak out the win. They improved to 2-5, and they much needed win for them.
Yeah. We'll go down to Kamara there. The Messiah. He's saving Coop's ass again this week. And Cleas, he got your ass, boy. Got your ass on Monday night at the J. Cole concert. You pull out your phone, like probably checking, oh man, I gotta check the sleeper app, bro. I'm feeling myself right now, listening to some fucking Cole. I'm gonna see Kamara have like, I don't know, maybe like 15 points or something. Pulls out his phone. What was it, like 31 at the time or something? This dude, I like literally look like a fucking ghost out there. Just a heartbreaker there for Cleas Mafia. But if we're gonna be a little fair here, it did pull together a pretty scummy win last week. So it kind of feels like some things evened out a little bit. You know, Coop coming through with the Monday night fiesta here with Kamara bouncing back and putting up a 30 bomb. Just kind of seems a little poetic there. One thing we do want to note for Cleas, we did see that Josh Jacobs did get taken off the field with an injury. We do wish him the best in his recovery. Hope that he can get back on the field quickly. You always just hate to see somebody go down. But A.J. Brown had a big day for Cleas Mafia, as he was one of the best wide receivers in football this past week, going for 133 and a tud. And yeah, also shout out DeAndre Swift. We were watching that Stafford versus the Leons game, and DeAndre Swift taking that screen pass to the house and like the first or second play. He had a big day. Just happened to not be enough for Cleas Mafia. One of the big things here was the defense, the Baltimore defense, just kind of forgetting how to tackle at points and allowing the Bengals to put up 41 on them, which turned out, as we learned from Cleas, to be the pick that was wrong for him this week. He picked the wrong defense. So we'll get you sometimes.
He had the Niners on his bench. They put up 17.5. So that definitely would have been more than enough.
Yeah.
All right. I should also add that's second swiper award for Coop and second lines award for Cleas. Moving on, fourth game, we have DeezeNuts improving to 5-2. Big interdivision matchup. They take down the Cleveland Steamers. And this was really just the Burrow and Chase show. Joe Burrow, 29, Jamar Chase, 36. They just went and absolutely dismantled the Ravens in a game I don't think really anyone saw coming. They really solidified their spot atop the AFC for the moment, as Noah did atop the East. Also a great day from Godwin getting 25. Like to see that. Needed to point out, because Noah's running backs were a huge talking point last week. Jerick McKinnon did not have a great day again, only 3.2. But Carter here seemed to be a nice little pickup. He got 13.9 to fight despite the fact his team lost by 40 points. So improvement there. We'll see how Noah's able to do with this 5-2 record if he's able to hold on, because this team has been in this position before, and I believe they had to buy everyone drinks.
Yeah, man, that Burrow Chase stack really bent us over the table this week, especially with the fact that we had Big Joe Mixon, and when the ball was in Burrow and Chase's hands, Mixon wasn't getting the ball either. So it was kind of just like, it's one of those scenarios where he's getting all the benefit of it and we're just getting all the kind of short end of the stick. And, you know, there'll be weeks like that. And unfortunately, we had to go up against the stack this week that was a direct cause of one of our guys not getting it. But the big story here was Mahomes, 9 points, worst game of his career. Chiefs just looked lost out there. Just can't be having that. He's gonna need to have a good bounce back game, and Chiefs need to start getting it figured out. But everybody else, I mean, I can't really complain with how the rest of the team performed. Noah Fant, only Fant, 6.9 points, hashtag nice. But, you know, everybody else did essentially what we were expecting them to do. You know, Mahomes had a bad game, worst game of his career. Can't really plan for that or account for that. So we're just going to need to continue to try to get some people healthy, get Nick Chubb back on the field, and really start pushing towards this final stretch because we got a lot of big games coming up.
Well said. That brings us to our fifth and final matchup of the week. So we had Leeroy Jenkins come in, nice 150 pieces. They took down the Philly Cheekles. They fall to 4-3 as Leeroy Jenkins improves to 5-2.
Tom Brady here, you know, going against the Bears. Didn't need to throw for a whole hell of a lot of yards because the Bears were turning it over left, right, and center. Was still able to throw for four TDs there to help out his fantasy day. Also, huge game from Kyle Pitts this week as he got 25.8 points, over 150 yards receiving. Big game for the Falcons over Miami. And also Damian Harris just running roughshod all over the Jets for 26.8. And Adam's always loving to put those Bama boys in the lineup, so that had to be very fulfilling for them. And right now for Leeroy, it kind of seems like a lot of the pieces are starting to fall together for them. You know, could we see the column be preserved this year? Looking like he's got a decent shot here. Team's looking really good. Team's coming together for them, and they're definitely going to be one of the teams that's being talked about down the stretch here.
I agree. I think this win really solidified that for them. On the flip side, we have the Philly Cheekles finishing runner-up to the Toilet Bowl award. That will be relevant later. But first off, Sam Darnold only 4. They lose to the Giants, 25-3, and that's just kind of a good metaphor for how this week went for the Philly Cheekles. No one on their team at all had 20 points except for the Colts defense, but you're relying on your defense to win. You're not going to win very many fantasy games. And this was kind of just a boring 116 to capture the loss. Like, I can't imagine you had too much fun sitting back and watching a bunch of teen performances. Nothing to really get excited about. They fall to 4-3, but they still mostly control their own destiny at this point. They just got to keep winning games. They'll be fine. But, we just haven't seen it before from this franchise. So until they actually do it, it's going to be hard to believe them. All right, that is it for week 7. And that leads us in to the week 8 matchups. First off, Texas size 10-4s getting a nice bounce back win after a heartbreaking loss last week. They look to take on Francy, who looks to end their 3-game skid after the hot 4-0 start. Next up, we got Pams 5-2 taking on the GOAT KD 2-5. Pams looking hot start season, but they did last season too. We'll see if they're able to keep that up. Third game, rematch of the Toilet Bowl match from last year, and also the winner and runner-up of the Lemp Award last week. How fitting. We got FaZe Kev 0-7 taking on the Philly Cheekles 4-3. We'll see if this thing comes full circle and if Kev's able to get rid of the curse this week.
Game's going to be electric.
It's going to be electric, that's for sure. Fourth game, we got Cleas Mafia 2-5. Heartbreaking loss this week, taking on DeezeNuts 5-2. They're also looking to hold on to their early success. See how that goes for them. And then fifth matchup, we got Leeroy Jenkins off to a hot 5-2 start, impressing the whole league, taking on the Cleveland Steamers 4-3, who we have seen you take down the teams everyone calls scary. Nick, how are you going to do it again?
We're gonna, we know what to expect from Leeroy. We had our worst performance against them earlier this year. That kind of smacked us around. We got to get healthy. We got to get everybody back on track, and we're gonna have to have a big week. He's got a great team, and we're gonna have to be ready to put up some points.
Very well put. We'll take a quick look at the standings. East goes 4-1 this week. Lopsiding the records in their favor, but it's still really anyone's race. See how this thing concludes as we come down the second half here. Anything else, Nick?
Nothing from me. Everybody enjoy your couple days here. And again, we'll be getting back to it pretty shortly here.
Feel obligated to throw in a go green.
Go white, baby. Fuck Michigan this week. All right, fucking dogs, baby. Dogs.
And keep chopping.
Fucking get it. Fuck
You're going to drag them in the deep end where they don't want to be.
That shit. They don't want that shit. Let's go. Fuck them.
Enjoy your week. See you all most of you this weekend. Peace out.